Under the ethereal glow of a full moon, the edge of the forest looms, a dark boundary against the open field. Thomas, a silhouette against the moonlit field, hesitates at the forest's threshold, his posture betraying deep uncertainty. His gaze is drawn towards a distant cabin, a beacon of potential safety amidst the overwhelming darkness. The air hangs heavy and still, pregnant with an unspoken tension, as if the very forest is holding its breath. The subtle rustling of leaves creates a symphony of nature, only amplifying the profound silence. Every shadow seems to deepen, every rustle more pronounced, heightening Thomas's sense of isolation and trepidation. Dim light bathes the local pub, where the murmur of voices fills the air. Thomas sits opposite Old Man Hemlock, his face a landscape etched with time and secrets. Thomas leans forward, his curiosity piqued. "Tell me about the White Shadow legend." Old Man Hemlock hesitates, his voice raspy with reluctance. "Some things are best left alone, son. Some stories ain't meant to be dug up." Moonlight filters through the dense canopy as Thomas ventures onto the overgrown forest path. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and unseen blooms as the forest shadows deepen around him. His lantern casts a fragile beam, the light dancing over gnarled roots and twisted branches that seem to reach out like grasping claws. The path winds ahead, each turn concealing unseen dangers and unknown mysteries. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs amplifies the sense of unease, prickling his skin with anticipation. He walks deeper, a lone figure swallowed by the ancient, watchful woods. Under the cloak of night, Thomas arrives at a forester's cabin, its silhouette stark against the dark woods. The cabin is small and isolated, a beacon of faint light in the overwhelming darkness. A single window casts a dim, yellow glow onto the path, hinting at life within. Thomas halts at the edge of the clearing, a figure of caution and anticipation. He pauses, breath held, listening intently for any sign, a whisper, a creak that might betray what waits inside. Thomas approaches the cabin, his footsteps muffled by the encroaching night. He peers cautiously through the window, his breath fogging the aged glass. Inside, spiderwebs hang like ghostly curtains, draped across forgotten relics. Dust motes dance in the faint moonlight, illuminating the room's desolate emptiness. Dilapidation whispers from every corner, a testament to time's relentless passage. A mixture of disappointment and relief washes over Thomas as he confirms what he already knew. The cabin is deserted. Thomas turns from the window, his face etched with concern as he glances back towards the cabin. A fleeting white shadow dances within the cabin's dim interior, a brief, unsettling apparition. He whirls around, eyes wide with alarm, searching for an explanation in the empty window frame. A wave of unease washes over him, the silence of the woods amplifying his growing apprehension. Beneath the cloak of night, Thomas stumbles into a forest clearing, his disorientation palpable. Towering trees loom, their silhouettes seeming to close in, trapping him within their silent watch. A subtle, unsettling breeze whispers through the leaves, carrying secrets unknown. The air grows heavy, thick with unseen presence, as the forest itself seems to hold its breath. Lost and alone, Thomas is ensnared by the forest's eerie embrace. In a flashback, Thomas's room is a chaotic sanctuary of paper and ink, books rising like haphazard monuments on every surface. Young Thomas sits hunched under the intense glow of a desk lamp, his face illuminated with fierce concentration. He pores over ancient texts, his fingers dancing across the faded words, seeking the pulse of a forgotten legend. Each page turned is a step deeper into the mystery, his mind ablaze with the fervor of discovery. A burning determination lights his eyes, reflecting the relentless pursuit of truth hidden within folklore. Under the cloak of night, Thomas ventures deeper into the forest, his lantern a solitary beacon against the overwhelming darkness. The lantern's beam dances erratically, casting fleeting shadows that transform the ancient trees into looming figures. Each footfall sends a sharp crunch echoing through the silent woods, the sound amplified by the palpable tension. His eyes dart from tree to tree, a growing unease twisting his features as he imagines unseen eyes watching him. Paranoia grips him, the forest stillness amplifying the feeling of being hunted, turning the path ahead into an ominous gauntlet. Under the cloak of night, Thomas is drawn back to the forester's cabin, an unseen force tugging at his soul. The cabin stands silhouetted against the dark sky, a beacon in the wilderness. An ethereal glow emanates from the window, beckoning Thomas closer. His eyes fixate on the window, a silent invitation hanging in the air. An irresistible pull guides him towards the cabin, his destiny intertwined with its secrets. Inside the forester's cabin, shadows dance wildly as Thomas peers intently through the window, his breath fogging the glass. A ghostly white figure flickers into existence in the corner of the room, indistinct and ethereal. The apparition seems to waver, barely visible against the dark wood of the cabin walls. Thomas's eyes widen in disbelief and fear as the ghostly presence solidifies, a silent sentinel in the night. Inside the forester's cabin, shadows dance wildly as an unearthly white figure begins to stir. The figure glides towards the window, each movement deliberate and eerily silent. Details sharpen as the figure nears the light, revealing a form that chills the very air. Thomas, paralyzed by an overwhelming dread, watches the spectral approach. His eyes widen, reflecting the terrifying visage looming just beyond the glass. At the forester's cabin, a white figure emerges, an eerie presence against the dimly lit window. Its face presses against the glass, hollow black eyes fixating on Thomas with unnerving intensity. A silent scream tears through the night as Thomas recoils, his terror palpable. He stumbles backward, desperate to escape the chilling gaze that seems to pierce his very soul. Beneath the suffocating canopy of the night forest, Thomas flees, his ragged breaths tearing through the silence. An unseen presence relentlessly drives him deeper into the woods, each step a desperate attempt to escape. In a moment of brutal misfortune, he stumbles over a hidden root, his body crashing to the unforgiving earth. The lantern, his only beacon of hope, shatters upon impact, plunging him into absolute darkness. On the damp earth of a forest clearing, Thomas lies gasping, his chest heaving as terror etches itself onto his face. He strains his neck, eyes widening in disbelief and horror at the sight looming above him. Moonlight spills over the figure's face, revealing features both ethereal and disturbingly real. A chilling, unnatural smile spreads across the figure's lips, sending shivers of primal fear through Thomas. At the forest's edge, dawn breaks, painting the scene in soft, ethereal light. An unsettling silence hangs heavy, broken only by the faint rustle of leaves. Thomas is gone, vanished into the silent embrace of the woods. Shattered remains of a lantern lay scattered on the damp earth, a stark testament to a struggle. A faint, ghostly mist swirls around the broken glass, an eerie shroud. The white shadow has claimed its prize, leaving only emptiness in its wake.